Hi, welcome again to another edition of Market Analysis for today, June 17th, 2025. I'm Gio Benacourt, and this is a recording done by Vantage Markets right about 40 minutes prior to the USA session open. Well, Israel and Iraq conflicts are testing stock markets. Volatility is opportunity, so goes the market mantra, and there's plenty of both to go around today. The stock market showed its resilience, or at least its bias towards optimism, as the three main indices rebounded after sell-off late last week. We saw the S&P 500 closing above 6,000 yesterday, just one day after slipping below the milestone. And when the index fell below that level in February, it took about 72 trading days to break above or to break the 6,000 mark again. Now, that strength may well be tested in the days ahead, particularly after Israel and Iran continued to trade strikes overnight, and President Trump left the G7 meeting in Canada early due to the Middle East tensions. He did posted that the reason for him evacuate or leaving the G7 earlier was for something much bigger than a ceasefire, and that he also says that he says I have not reached out to Iran for peace talks in any way, shape, or form. So all of that suggests volatility ahead. But if investors look beyond Middle East turmoil, the near-term price action could present an opportunity to entrench longer-term views. That being said, yesterday we spoke about how the market was looking for a nice rebound or nice ride to the upside, but that we will be facing lots of resistance right around the 22,000, right below that. We have my line pointing out to that level of resistance, and it basically held. So we're continuing to monitor this area as we see that sellers are stepping up to hold, price fluctuation higher. Today we did fluctuate a bit lower, and then buyers came back in. So let's see how today will pan out. I'm going to speculate another attempt at looking to close above 22,000 or which is basically most likely what looks like is going to happen. Just staying around this level, just sideways trading, choppiness. So let's see what will happen. Let's take a look at the S&P. The S&P, again, same token. Market just really coming down to test that 6,000 marker, rebounded off of that, and still closing. Now it opened and it traded lower, and it's looking to retrace somewhat. But again, the 60/50 is holding nice and steady. Dow. So Dow has a bit bigger behavior. So this candle opened at 42,873. So it opened with a gap up. That gap has been closed, completely closed, and now it's retracing. So we'll see if 42,800, being a psychological level, round level, will hold this retracement, or will the market at the open continue to trade lower? Now, this gap up when the U.S. market opens, let's see if it triggers more of a bullish momentum and to the upside, obviously. So let's see if we'll see a recovery in the Dow today. So crude oil yesterday, also with a big gap up opening, we're setting up that levels for resistance. It's just basically holding steady right above 70. So let's see if $70 will be where the asset will come and consolidate around. Just holding this value around 70. So Nat Gas, because of Iran, Israel's attacks on Iran, infrastructure, that basically gave a bid, and so it's pushing higher. Now it's obviously retracing, but let's see if it'll sustain itself above the boundary band and start walking the upper band. So I'm gonna use that swing high from today, my first level of resistance, and see how much more. Well, actually, I'm gonna do the following. I'm gonna do 355, and I'm gonna use 360 psychological value. Let's see how much of this will it retrace, or will it move higher during the day. Gold is idling, so it's holding steady right above 33.75. It can now test that level. So let's see if it'll decide to make another leg down and fluctuate towards the 33.60. Apparently 3400 is holding off real well. It's been rejected, so let's see if this push lower will we find buyers and impulse catapult the price towards the upside. Now obviously something else coming out of the Middle East will push those things higher, push gold higher. So silver is finally broke out of that range, out of the consolidation stage to the upside. It basically penetrated at first level of resistance. So I'm gonna update this upper Bollinger Band and that swing high from today. I'm gonna leave the same levels of support. So looking to go with the trend, it broke to the upside. This is profit taken. RSI has entered the overbought territory, but doesn't mean that it's done. That it's gonna tank. This is profit taken. So $38 jumps at me, psychological. And then we have copper. The 20-day moving average of the medium is doing this dynamic work of a support level. So let's see if it continued to recover, to retrace to the and fluctuate towards yesterday's swing high. So that's where I'm gonna put my first level of resistance. I'm gonna leave the second one 490 there. Gonna tighten up the levels of support. I'm gonna use yesterday's open and that 50-day moving average. Then we have here Bitcoin. Okay, so Bitcoin yesterday fluctuated to the upside, broke our first level of resistance. It opened and then just tanked. So we need to obviously update our levels. I'm gonna leave the same second one as is. Support, I'm gonna use the 50-day moving average and the lower Bollinger Band. Income moves in thousands, so that's why. So go with the trend. Intraday trend is down, selling. The currency is the euro. Well, the euro is holding steady nicely around 115. So will it decide to trade higher as it did yesterday, as 116 was rejected, and then make an attempt at it? I think that's what it looks like it's getting set to do. The pound is getting ready to receive from the BOE its rate cut decision later on this week. Most likely, obviously, no cut, but in the summer, most likely will be. So right now, it's basically within range, yesterday's range. So I'm going to use the 20-day moving average as possible level of support, and then 135 psychological. And let's see how the dollar index will do for the day. Well, it seems to be just bracing off the lower Bollinger Band. So $98 it seems to be a psychological level of resistance for it. So let's just use that. 98. Now, will it trade lower? Make another attempt at yesterday's swing low. It did open gap up and has been closed. So let's see if it'll recover, make a recovery today. That's it for me today. Have a great trading day. I'll see you tomorrow.